We're pulling back the curtain on the runaway political hit, The Diplomat. The show is intense, but what's it like behind the scenes? Which real-life locations was the series filmed at? What's Keri Russell's most memorable moment from Season 3? And why was she reluctant to join the show, while Rufus Sewell jumped right in?
Hal Wiler, Ambassador's wife.
Todd Penn, First Lady.
Let's dive in. While the first 2 seasons were primarily shot in London, a good chunk of Season 3 takes place in New York. For Keri Russell, it was kind of stressful.
It was a little bit of a mental gymnastics routine, trying to remember what episode and what character you're like, wait, who do we hate? Wait, who am I having sex with this season? What?
There are a lot of gala dinner scenes on the show, and they are surprisingly difficult to shoot. Keri Russell revealed that they take forever because they have to be filmed from everyone's perspective. The actors don't feel comfortable for another reason as well.
Everyone's in these dresses, which seems really glamorous, but when you're in them for 2 days straight and you've eaten lunch and dessert and you're like, oh my God.
The grand dinner in the Season 2 finale was filmed at 2 stately homes outside London. Blenheim Palace in Oxfordshire, known as the birthplace and ancestral home of Winston Churchill, and Wilton House in Salisbury. Both locations were featured previously in another British Netflix hit, Bridgerton. In Seasons 1 and 2, Kate Wiler travels between stately locations throughout London, and they were actually real, not some blue screens. The show filmed exterior shots of real-life government buildings, including the British Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office in London's Westminster neighbourhood. They even filmed inside the lobby of the real US Embassy in London for the scene in Episode 2. Other famous landmarks include the Old Royal Naval College in Greenwich, Harefield House in Hillingdon, and 1 Great George Street, a venue that was previously seen in The Crown. One of the most difficult locations to shoot was St. Paul's Cathedral. It's one of London's most popular tourist destinations, and also a working church. Still, the production team managed to do the impossible. Nobody has ever closed St. Paul's for 4 full days, which we did, not even the Queen. Keri Russell's favorite time on the show was Season 2, especially the episodes filmed in Scotland.
And that was so beautiful. It was like at the mouth of the Highlands, or at the foot of the Highlands. Maybe that's a better way to say it. And that was so beautiful. And I'd never been there before. That was great.
Kate and Trowbridge's tense meeting was filmed at the scenic Inverary Castle in Scotland. The historic residence is situated on a loch in the middle of the mountains, surrounded by Highland cattle. Rory Kinnear took advantage of having a lake nearby and managed to encourage a few of the co-stars to take a dip with him. Among them was Ato Essandoh, who plays Stuart Hayford. It was freezing, but amazing. I'm swimming and I'm like, this is great. I get out to dry off and then I was like, let's do it again. While filming Season 3, Carrie had to jump into a pool. Nothing too extraordinary, right? But the trick is that the scene was shot in the middle of winter.
Maybe not fun, but it was memorable.
She had to do it twice. However, it was actually a heated pool, so Carrie and her co-star Bradley Whitford felt fine. Still, Russell claims that the most difficult scenes are those with lots of dialogues, not stunts.
Oh my God, so many lines. So many lines, so many acronyms, so many government agencies.
And Rufus Sewell totally agrees that the political jargon is hard to memorize and deliver convincingly.
Working with tranches of dialogue and making it seem natural, like learning that something on the page which looks so dense is actually just a collection of little moments, It's a different skill set.
Carrie even humbly confessed that she still hasn't mastered it yet.
Is that something we worked on?
Yeah, we worked on it, but whether I improved, I'm not sure.
Showrunner Deborah Kahn previously worked on series like The West Wing, Grey's Anatomy, and Homeland. She wrote most of the scripts for The Diplomat, and the cast unanimously agree that they are breathtakingly exciting.
It was a little bit frightening to start with because the writing, when I first read it, was so good that I thought, is she going to live up to her writing?
The show is fictionalized. However, some real events lie at the base of its storylines.
Deb is quite prescient about, writing about Ukraine, and we mention things that seem very topical right now, but it's almost like Deb saw it. Yeah, she'd seen it coming for some reason. Yeah. So she's also a witch.
The show's cast had to do some research before taking on their roles.
We definitely did a lot of homework, before every episode, understanding what is the thing that they're actually talking about.
For research, Keri Russell read the work on U.S. diplomacy by Paul Richter, titled The Ambassadors, while Rufus Sewell listened to the audio version of it on weekend drives. They also watched The Human Factor, a documentary about the diplomats involved in Mideast peace negotiations. However, the actors were interested more not in diplomatic interactions, but in the human side of politics.
The people are just people.
Yeah.
Like many, Deborah Kahn was a fan of the show The Americans. That's why Keri Russell was the dream choice for Kate, as she had everything the role needed. From the hair to falling down and dropping things, and just having an air about her of being on the verge of falling apart all the time. That takes a tremendous amount of skill and sense of comedy. Still, Russell revealed that initially she wasn't particularly interested in joining the show.
I had a really good run on The Americans. I was very satisfied with that. I have a family, I am busy with kids. I wasn't looking to do something, and I read this and I was like, oh my God, it's so good.
But most importantly, it was the genre the actress was excited about.
And it's not depressing. You know, I don't have to sit there and cry every day. It's joyful, it's funny, it's smart, it's alive, it's snappy.
And David Gyasi chimes in.
I love the fact that I couldn't work out whether it was comedy, real life, drama, thriller.
David is really fond of his character.
When I grow up, I want to be like him.
The actor has always found politics fascinating. So while preparing for the role, he did some research of his own.
I interviewed a couple of politicians, especially people of colour within that were members of parliaments.
Keri Russell and Rufus Sewell revealed they were not aiming to portray any real-life figures.
We're not basing these characters off one person specifically. You know, it's an amalgamation of many events, many people.
Yeah.
However, Allison Janney brought the new dynamics to The Diplomat.
I kind of based her loosely on Hillary Clinton because of how seasoned she is as a politician.
So the actress borrowed some of her traits for the role.
I love Hillary, but she doesn't come off as a very warm and fuzzy person, and I kind of thought that would be good for Grace Penn.
Janney has collaborated with Deborah Kahn before. On The West Wing, she played press secretary and later White House Chief of Staff C.J. Craig, and she didn't hesitate a minute to get on board with The Diplomat.
You play the vice president?
Yes, I got kind of a job promotion from my last political drama.
The show cannot be called a straight-out comedy. However, it definitely has moments of sharp wit and dry humor. Ato Essandoh claims that one of the most hilarious characters on the show is Idra Park.
So I had to keep how I would want to deliver the joke would be way more hammier.
Yeah.
She is just stone cold.
Which makes her hilarious.
Her humor is super dry. But that's exactly what makes her so funny sometimes, thanks to Ali Ahn's acting skills.
I think partly because I know Ali a little bit now, but the way she can play that just bone dryness, it makes her one of the funniest characters in the whole show.
Okay.
Because it really.
Rufus Sewell is best known for playing complex, often antagonistic or morally ambiguous characters, like John Smith in The Man in the High Castle or Prince Andrew in the Netflix film Scoop. But he was drawn to the role of Hal because it allowed a mix of humor, manipulation, and vulnerability. Rufus shared that he really enjoyed doing theater and comedy, and Hal has a bit of both.
It's so good. There's
and the
so much to
contrast
it.
between kind of, stately and silly and profound and petty, noble, stupid.
Yep.
That all of these things are kind of battling for place and people all the time.
The chemistry between the unconventional couple of Kate and Hal is tense, electric, and intellectually charged.
It's the most fun of the show for us. I mean, their push-pull and the way it affects their work, and it's just such a unique, fun world to play in. Awful and messy and romantic.
But how do the actors get along in real life? The simple answer is just fine. However, Carrie found a unique way to describe it.
It's like dogs. Certain dogs get along, certain dogs, I
remember in the makeup trailer, and it wasn't like, oh my God, it's going to be fun. It was like, oh, that'll be fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
The Diplomat keeps viewers hooked by mixing tense politics with personal drama. Every scene feels important, and characters often say one thing while meaning another. Viewers are never sure who to trust, and the actors are unaware of it too.
No one could have warned us about some of the plot twists. Up until the read-through, most of the actors had redacted scripts.
That's how the series makes us want to see what happens next, even if we're not sure what's coming. And what do you expect from Season 3? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.